Course 898 was a combination of a lot of lifetime experiences brought into this program from previous courses, and for that I am thankful. I objectively reviewed 8 of my projects. In this course, I felt a sense of accomplishment and rationalization that I, as a person, professional, and as a teacher, had grown tremendously in learning and in expanding opportunities for my students to respond and learn in. I have always been one to be very engaged and active wherever I'm working. I also learned through this course that I often carry a large sense of guilt when I do not fully engage students with thinking, collaborating, sharing, and movement throughout the classroom while learning. It is to the point that when I go into a classroom and I see a teacher just sitting there observing a student doing a worksheet, I have some real issues with that type of teaching, and I have to refrain from engagement and look at it and step back and reflect. These are skills that I have learned through my coursework at KU. As I completed reading through the reflections and projects in my course 898, I clearly feel more motivated to apply what I have learned through my coursework and to apply systematic, analytical, research-based data in the work that I do. To me, there's always a rhyme for a reason. The artifacts I chose were intended to represent me as an instructor working in diverse settings and utilizing a variety of teaching methods and strategies. In creating my portfolio, I especially wanted to diversify my actions in a variety of areas while teaching for this program's coursework. I chose the projects which shared a clear understanding of high incident disabilities, literacy, and of learning criteria, particularly the importance of identifying a function of a behavior in a systematic fashion. Data can help support a replacement behavior, and I have come to realize this is very important. I also enjoyed exploring various views about current data with teachers in and around the Midwest. On a final note, I feel a picture is worth 1,000 words. Although videotaping can be nerve-wracking, it surely does bring observers, especially parents of nonverbal students, into gaining insight about class structure, objectives, and feedback. And as for me as an instructor, peer feedback and self-observation on how to improve or reassess my activities. I still believe this is true when using graphing, charts, media, and related information with pictures. Students learn through pictures. We all have a different way of learning. Feedback from revisions along with coaching conversations, assisted clarification, why we might do something the way we do it, is best described as in an article called Effective Feedback by Wiggins in 2012. Coaching versus advice from peers provides more examples for me to reflect on and helps me think outside the box. I find it a work in progress. Revisions help me approach teaching with greater autonomy and confidence, especially over time. I'm able overall to authentically revise a lesson and methodology, and I can do this in a way that it will provide trusted and solid results for future experiences. In reflecting on my artifacts and reviewing my revisions and my reflections as related to specific artifacts, this has helped me keep me goal referenced and work towards tangible and timely results. More importantly, it has helped me seek effective feedback that is specific, concrete, and useful to others. Instead of saying, "we don't do that," or saying, "good job, Johnny," I try to be very specific about the feedback that I provide. About the behavior, I might say, thank you for putting your pencil up very nicely. Now I need you to sit at the table. Or, I really liked how you handled that situation with your friend in the hallway, period. Specific feedback is concise and will provide more encouragement to students as they are in learning. Prior to this coursework and these particular artifacts, I do not believe that I've ever approached instruction and peer collaboration in such a profound yet practical way. I've found that including relationships, collecting data, help build a strong learning foundation for each and every student. However, literacy and instruction is something that I could use more of. Prior to certification, my certifications focused on health, coursework, and business. I did not have a lot of lower elementary literacy skills. To date, I still only have 6 hours, but I will learn and reach out with my colleagues one more time to keep trying and learning academics related to literacy. A second struggle in this program came with the functional analysis behavior intervention planning. This program itself should have an office of one person at least to collect the data, follow up, and assist an instructor in keeping fidelity in testing and reflecting on behavior data, functions, and needs of each student. This to me was a very tedious process. It's one I hope I can use and streamline better in the future. Researching demographics and opinions of modern educators, as I did on another artifact, was one project that was near to my heart. I think it's important that before we work with people, whether it's providing an in-service or trying to connect with them, that we first make sure we have data or some sort of input about their overall characteristics as a group and their preferences as an educator in the school. It's important to build those relationships with staff and continue to work with each other as peer mentors and co-teachers. More importantly, we need to know that we understand them and where they're coming from. On a final note, having taught computer technology, I clearly understood the portfolio and its importance to my self-expression as a person, instructor, community member, and family member. I enjoyed adding the videos, utilizing real-life friends and their family members, those who have taught me so much about life in general. It all was such a privilege. Having worked in special needs prior to this, and over many years of teaching in general, it becomes clear that early on dedication to specialized education and attention to student deficits or challenges can clearly lead to a more positive academic life throughout the later years of schooling and post-college and high school graduations. Setting the standard high early on, each student will have a chance to gain a gift or to learn from those around them. Because of this belief, and because of such early ed programs and special education programs, I was able to share some of these experiences as eye-opening thoughts, not just for myself, but for others facing any and all challenges in life. From this, I found working with the artifacts to be most rewarding, as well as creating and inputting data in the portfolio. Overall, it was, and it still is, an ongoing process.